Petroleum is found in vast underground reservoirs where ancient seas were once located. It takes millions of years for dead animals and plants to become liquid hydrocarbons. In this video, we will discuss how deep are these oil reserves found, what is the deepest oil well ever drilled, and how long these oil reserves will last. The first oil well drilled in USA in 1859 was about 70 feet deep. From today's perspective, it is ridiculously shallow. As time goes on, we have to go deeper and deeper underground in order to find oil reserves. Deep beneath the earth, pressure is extremely high. Petroleum slowly seeps out toward the surface where there is lower pressure. It continues this movement from high to low pressure until it encounters a layer of rock that is impermeable. The petroleum then collects in reservoirs. In some places, petroleum bubbles to the surface of Earth. In parts of Saudi Arabia and Iraq, for instance, porous rock allows oil to seep to the surface in small ponds. However, most oil is trapped in underground oil reservoirs. Back when records began, oil wells were an average of 3,635 feet deep, but that was in 1949. Since then, we have used up these shallow reserves, meaning we now have to dig deeper to find it, with the 2008 average depth coming in at about 5,964 feet. But depth comes at a cost. The deeper we dig, the greater the risks and costs are involved. So how deep is the deepest oil well? There is a difference between a well's actual vertical depth and the total length of a well that is drilled first vertically and then at an angle from the vertical hole. This is called directional drilling and is increasingly popular in the oil and gas industry. In terms of vertical depth, the Tiber field in the Gulf of Mexico, drilled by the infamous Deepwater Horizon, became the location for the deepest oil well. The Tiber well's depth was more than 35,000 feet. However, the world's longest oil well is in Russia, off Sakhalin Island in the Chevo field, and it extends 49,000 feet into the ground. The true vertical depth of the well is less than 3,280 feet, while the non-vertical section extends to 46,900 feet. Experts believe that we will soon reach the limit of how deep we can dig to find and extract oil. The deepest hole drilled by humans into the Earth's crust was not drilling for oil though. The Kola Super Deep borehole drilled in Russia's Far East during the 70s and early 80s was drilled simply to see how far into the ground we can go. Apparently 12 kilometers was the maximum at the time before technical difficulties related to pressure resistance and heat became overwhelming. So now the big question is, at the current rate of global consumption, when will we run out of oil? Fossil fuels make up 81% of the Earth's energy supply. The United States and China are the top largest consumers of oil in the world. Fossil fuel reserves are emptying very quickly. It would take millions of years to create new reserves. Although we continue to discover new reserves, however, the number of new reserves is low. Estimations vary slightly, but it is predicted that if demand forecasts hold, we will run out of oil from known reserves in about 47 years. Natural gas up to 53 years and coal up to 114 years. Let's hope we can shift to cleaner energy sources way before these limits. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.